How good does it feel to be back at home this weekend?
So good. Having that routine, being able to see my friends and not have to rush homework. Just, we are student athletes, so it's just nice to be able to get back into that routine and then get to see my mom more and just spend more time with her after games and maybe even see her before games, so that's nice. And just to be back in Devaney, I mean, we miss our home crowd for sure.
Is there a sense of bonding or anything positive that you can't take away from a road trip that long?
Oh, for sure. You learn so much about the girls you room with. They do a good job of mixing it up, but then sometimes you will get back with the same girl you had, whether it was the night before or the weekend before, and so it's a good opportunity to get to see girls probably not at their best. Everyone's wanting to be home or hanging out with their friends on the weekend, but instead we're out on the road, and so it's a really good opportunity just to catch each other when we're vulnerable and get to know each other.
Did you learn anything from your rooming?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I learned that. So I room with Allie, and I learned that she hates cucumbers. I didn't know that. Like, she has a deep hatred for them. Yeah.
Is there anything in particular you hate like that?
Oh, that's a good question. At the moment, no. I would have told you mushrooms or spiders like a year or two ago, but I don't know. I guess I've matured out of it.
What's it like seeing the same team twice in a week?
It's weird. It's really easy to want to get comfortable and be like, oh, we already beat them. And it was, not even like a full 2 weeks away. So like, oh yeah, we could just roll over and like not think much about it. But you never know, because with us being so close to having beaten them, that fire that they probably felt after losing is still going to be there. I expect some bitterness. So yeah, it'll be a good match. It'll be really fun.
What have you learned about this team over the last couple of road trips?
We're very emotional, and that can be one of our greatest strengths, but also one of our greatest weaknesses. So I've learned in games when we are all clicking and getting outside of ourselves, we're just this unstoppable force. And honest, even if we don't win the game, we just have that never-ending hunger. But it's the same thing when we're going through the motions and we're not kind of keeping to ourselves and we're taking, that it can also pull from other people. We're not a very independent group type thing. Like we rely a lot on each other, and how much the other person's giving can be more encouraging, especially when we're not feeling our best that day.
How can you pull yourself out of that kind of funk?
You just gotta talk. When I notice I'm being really upset, say I didn't have a great day, whether it was like, oh, I didn't do well on an assignment or something else, or friend related, I notice even just talking about it. So talking on the set, oh, it's out, it's back, just talking on what's going on, because it honestly does help the people on the court, because Coach talks a lot about talking during the play, and so just saying what's going on outside of me helps me stop thinking about a lot of what I'm dealing with. So, yeah.
All 4 road matches, first set didn't start very well.
Right.
Coach talked about having a sense of urgency.
Right.
How do you develop that and kind of play with that from the get-go?
Yeah, I would say our urgency has been there, but it's just the nerves. I think composure. So this is some of these girls' first season collegiately and playing away. Some of them playing back in their home state, that can cause emotions, probably some negative thoughts about, oh, I wonder what they're thinking about me. I wonder how I look. I wonder how this is. You put a lot of fake pressure on yourself. And so I think the urgency was there, but we let our emotions and our extra thoughts get the best of us in those moments, and it did end up costing us the first set a couple of times. But I can say there were also moments when we weren't being very urgent. We just expected, because we're bigger, we're stronger, faster, all of these things, our record's great, that we were just going to win the first set because this is their name and this is their jersey. So it's been a mixture of composure, but also entitlement. So how can we push through entitlement? Remember who you are and who you play for, and everyone deserves our best shot as well.
Do you think that playing at home feeds the emotion of this team and gets them to a higher level to play with more urgency at home matches to start?
That's a good question. I'd say, probably for returners, for those that have played here, it can be on and off. I know that when we're not home for a while, it's exciting knowing that when all of this is said and done, we don't have to hop on a plane. So that can be encouraging for us to want to get the game done so we can just go put our pajamas on and hang out with friends. But honestly, I'd probably say, I'd say coming back home, especially when we're away for a long time, we have that need to be like, okay, we're back on home base. Let's show out for Husker Nation. And we're not going to be playing any of that. As B-Mag, our tech guy, always talks about, what's it called? Pillow fights. When we're just kind of soft hitting it. No, go up and smack the thing. So.
You talked about some of the emotions of some of the players who went to their home states, one of those being Harper.
Right.
What was it like seeing that kind of performance out of her on Saturday, and what was her reaction? You take it from everything that was going on.
I was talking about getting to see girls out of their, kind of out of the element, roommates and all that stuff. Same thing for seeing someone back home. And with what happened with her dad and everything, it really just shows that this game is a lot bigger than just a sport. And me being one of her teammates, I'm more than just a teammate. Like, I was a friend that night as well, and just getting to see her play in front of her home crowd, and she was just excited. I remember she got on the bus, and I was like, Harper, I'm surprised you're not back out there. And she's like, yeah, me too, man. But she still kind of had tears in her eyes because she wanted to be out there longer. So it was, there's nothing more heartwarming than seeing people back with their folks. And so that was really cool.
Final questions? Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Bekka.
Yeah.